Hello everyone. Now we will start unit 3rd and the first topic of this unit is non-homogeneous wave equations. Look at this. This is a second order partial differential equation and here this h star xt, this part is given to, that's why it is non-homogeneous wave equation. In previous cases, if you see this equation, this part was 0, that's why all previous equations were homogeneous wave equations. In some of the cases we have studied non-homogeneous boundary conditions, but in that problems only the boundary conditions are non-homogeneous. Clear? So this is, you must be able to differentiate between non-homogeneous boundary conditions and non-homogeneous wave equations. Non-homogeneous boundary conditions means you have to check only boundary conditions and these conditions are non-homogeneous. But when you are saying about non-homogeneous wave equation, then you will see this second order partial differential equation and this part is non-zero. Clear? So previous cases were homogeneous wave equations. Now we are talking about non-homogeneous wave equation because here this part is given and it is a function of x and t. Clear? Initial conditions are ux0 equal to fx and utx0 equal to g star x. Why we have written h star and g star? Just wait for some time. It is very easy, and this is written just to simplify the procedure, because when we transform this equation, then we will have a simple equation. Otherwise, no special meaning of h star and g star is there. You have to simply assume that h star is a function of xt and g star is a function of x. Okay. Now to solve this problem, now this problem has this function also, so we'll assume one transformation that will transform t into x, means from the xt now we will have the coordinates x and y. For this we have assumed the transformation y equal to ct or t equal to yc. Clear? So it means now we will have the function, we will change this function from xt to xy. So in order to find the derivative of u with respect to y, so how can you find it? Del u by del y. So you you will differentiate it with respect to t, then t with respect to y, as I told you in initial lectures. So del u by del t, this is ut, and dt by dy, this is 1 by c. So uy equal to ut by c. Clear? Now look at this, uy again a function of x and t. So if you have to differentiate it with respect to y, then same procedure will be there. First you will differentiate it with respect to t, then t with respect to y. So now you can replace uy with ut by c. So this is ut by c and value of dt by dy 1 by c. So this will become utt by c square. So uyy equal to utt by c square and utt equal to c square uyy. So if you replace this value utt here in the first equation, then this equation will like this, and you can further write it uxx minus uyy equal to this one minus h star xy by c, and you can assume this one as a function of hxy. That's why we have initially written it h star, so that finally when we write this function we can simply give it a name hxy. Okay, otherwise no special meaning is there of h star. Now look at this initial condition. This initial condition x0 y is not there, so this will remain same, but here in this way ut x0 is derivative with respect to t, so you can replace ut with cuy. So the condition will be cuy x0 equal to g star x, and further you can write it uy x0 equal to g star x by c, and replace g star x by c with gx. Clear? So finally you will have the equation uxx minus uyy equal to hxy, and the conditions are, initial conditions are ux0 equal to fx, uyx0 equal to gx. Clear? Now we have to deal with this equation. From there again you will find a characteristic equation. You can do it as we discussed previously, and this characteristic equation is dy by dx equal to plus minus 1, and two characteristic curve will be there, one y plus x equal to c1 and y minus x equal to c2. Two curves will be there, one is this one, second is this one. Okay, now because here this additional function is given here, so we cannot proceed in the previous way, because we cannot differentiate it with respect to x or with respect to y. So there is a double derivative with respect to x, similarly y, so it is not possible to solve as we have done in previous cases. So we will apply some another technique, we will use one theorem known as Green's theorem. So for this, how can we use this theorem? So now we will assume, let p x0 y0 be a point on the plane, okay, and we will try to draw these two lines passing through this point. This is an arbitrary point. It means anyway, this may be any point on the plane, and the lines are supposed passing through this point. So we have to find the equation of the two lines passing through x0 y0. So put x0 y0 here and here, then you will get the value of c1 and c2. Then you will get the two lines. One is y equal to minus x plus y0 plus x0, another is y equal to plus x plus y0 minus x0. Clear? One will represent one line from this one, and second. These are the values of c1 and c2. Okay, so suppose p is the point, and if you draw the perpendicular from p0 to this x-axis, then you will get another point q0 where this line intersect, and the coordinates of q0 will be x0 0. Clear? So this line b1 is this line, and b2 is this line. So check and just verify it how we can draw this line b1 and b2, and try to find the coordinates p1 and p2. Check whether these coordinates are correct or not. Okay, so now we have, look at this. There is a point, and this is an arbitrary point, and this is one characteristic curve, this is another characteristic curve, and this is the boundary by equal to 0 and denoted by, suppose, b0. Okay, so we have finally a one region is formed by this triangle p0, p1 and p2, and these sides are straight lines. This one is b1, another is b2 and b0. So to solve this equation within this region R, now we can apply Green's theorem, and I will tell you about this in next lecture. Till then, just go to the every point which I discussed here, and important thing, how we have translated this problem into this problem, then characteristic equation, then we have taken any arbitrary point and drawn these two characteristic and formed the boundary. Okay, from there I will continue in next lecture. So I hope that from this point now you will you got the concept, and you can do all these things up to that point. So we'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.